All right, guys, today we're going to do a quick Tesla stock price analysis and prediction for tomorrow and the rest of this week. So there are some interesting moves in the market today. We're going to talk about why that happened and things to look for going forward. We want to pay attention to the market if we want to pay attention to Tesla. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's jump right into my screen. So like I said, to start off, we got to take a look at the broader market first. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. The main reason is because Tesla is ranked number 7 and accounts for 1.5% of the S&P 500. That is heavily weighted. It's a market mover, but you best believe if the S&P moves, Tesla's going to move. Let's pay attention to this first to get an extra edge here. So the S&P is down 1.44% today. It was a red day and we closed at 3,941.26. So the S&P is getting interesting. It's getting near some critical key levels here. But before we dive into the chart, let's talk about why this might have happened. So Jamie Dimon was interviewed this morning by CNBC and he was talking about kind of the outlook for the economy going into next year and potentials for a recession. So if you don't know Jamie Dimon, he is the CEO of JP Morgan. So whatever this guy has to say, you really want to listen to him. He's highly knowledgeable and he knows about consumer spending, all the money that's floating out there basically, and what's kind of going on underneath. So today he said, while consumers and companies are currently in good shape, they may not last much longer. The reason he's saying this is mainly because of inflation. So consumers have $1.5 trillion in excess savings from COVID stimulus packages, programs, and are spending 10% more than in 2021. Again, inflation related. Inflation is eroding everything I just said, and that $1.5 trillion will run out sometime mid-year next year. It may very well derail the economy and cause a mild or hard recession that people worry about. Now, I was watching this interview and it sounds like his tone is that there's still a chance of a recession just because inflation is pulling away a lot of the savings that people have pent up. Also, you're seeing a lot of credit go up as well for the consumer. So people are taking out more money to borrow and they're also running out of their savings because it's costing more to live. Now, further into this interview, he expressed some optimism as well. He said the US economy is actually very strong right now. It just kind of needs to go through a little bit of that rebalance there. Okay, so that's kind of his outlook looking ahead. This is pretty interesting because he's still thinking about mid-year next year, at least when the savings would run out. So that may again tumble us into a recession. But it also sounds like if we have a recession, it's going to be very short-lived. And then market catalysts we want to look out for the rest of this week is jobless claims coming out on Thursday, that report, and then PPI coming out on Friday. So this is kind of like inflation data for more of the producer, right? Producer pricing index. With that, let's do a technical analysis on the S&P 500 and then we'll dive into Tesla, baby. And I'll talk about what Tesla's going to be looking like in the future and potential price levels and targets that we can be watching. So here's the S&P 500 on the daily chart. So the higher time frame, right? S&P has been selling off all year. Now the key level that I'm watching here, this key spot that I'm watching, is this downtrend line here. Now this is a significant level and we're testing up against it right now. We're butted up against it. Now in the past, every time we got up near that point, we actually rejected further back down. Now this time looks a little bit different and a little bit stronger, but today we had that significant sell-off. So here's the main thing I want you to pay attention to when we're looking at this is this key level right here. This is about that 3,912.50 level. We need to watch this level. This level is huge. If we break this level here, that is a significant shift in the market structure. And this could imply that we are actually going to continue further back down and continue rejecting this trend line that we've been holding the entire year. Now on the flip side of that, right, we simply need to watch this trend line here. We need to break this previous high up here at about that 4,110 level. So we're watching that for above for confirmation to move further into the market. And then if we start breaking this level down below here at 3,912 and about 50 cents, if we break that, I would expect further downward continuation. Now, the reason again why I'm showing you this is because it's tied into Tesla's price action, which I'm diving into next. Let's take a look at Tesla here. So Tesla's looking interesting. So Tesla's very cheap right now, arguably, but it doesn't mean it can't go cheaper. We saw what the S&P looked like. Now the key level that I'm watching on Tesla is going to be this $200 level here. We really struggle at that. It's a key psychological level, right? These nice whole clean numbers is what the market's watching, the big banks, the firms, the smart money. So they're watching that level very closely, especially when we get closer to it. But as of now, the main thing I want you to watch on Tesla here, especially the next few days, is one, I want you to watch a little bit of this gap here. This is called the volume imbalance. I want you to watch this area here that puts us at about $173.50 to about that $170 point. So 170 to 173, I want you to watch that range. for potential supports, and then the big support's going to be right here, right? So this is the 52-week low. This is the lowest point of the year at $166.19. If we break this support, we're going to be forming new lows. You can best believe that. Now, what if we form new lows here? Okay, this is my price prediction and target for if we see more downside continuation. I want you to watch this area here. Okay, so we had a prior resistance level up here, and there's actually a little bit of a gap here as well. I want you to watch this region here. Now, if we drag these lines across here, that's going to put us at a price target of about $162.50 for that first level, and the further down level is about $154. We need to watch these key levels. So if we break 166, watch 164.50, right? And then watch 154. Okay, those are the levels I'm watching. My price prediction, if we start selling off, that may happen this week. We're about halfway through the week, but it's definitely levels you can be keeping in mind for the future as well, for the weeks ahead, days ahead, however long it takes us to get down here. And make sure you're watching the S&P 500 alongside this. Now, for upside price targets, if Tesla does start to bounce tomorrow, we start seeing some more green, we're going to watch this zone up here that's about $189.50 to about $191.50. So watch that region there, and then the next prior high is going to be a simple target to look at. That's about $198 and let's say 70 cents. Once we clear that, I would expect some momentum to possibly take us to $200. And like I said, watch that $200 level closely, because we're probably going to see some kind of reaction to it. We're either going to reject it or break through it or consolidate, right? Float right at it. Now, if you want to follow along for specific price targets throughout each and every day and personally trade some of the strategies we shared throughout my private Discord channel, all you got to do is click that link down below, baby. And at the very least, hit that like and hit that subscribe, baby. And I'll see you in the next video.